Public Meetings Act and is publicly accessible in accordance with law. Roll call, please.
Rocco,
Here.
David Cittadino, Dr. George. Is she not here? Absent.
I don't let Karen in, right?
Sarah.
Here.
Maria.
Here.
Rosemary, I'm here. Oh, Sinat.
That's so funny, you always say that, you always say that.
Sinat. She's not here. Gina.
Here.
Maddie.
Present.
Mayor Walker.
You.
Absent. Frank. Absent.
Stand to salute to the flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, make a motion to go into executive session.
I'll make the motion to go into executive session.
I'll second.
And I will pause the recording, and I'm letting the public in. I don't understand why we have two, but we do.
All right, so, a motion for the approval of the regular meeting minutes of July 17, 2025, and of the executive session minutes from July 17, 2025.
I need to.
Discussion? Yeah.
Well, hold on, let's get a motion.
We need a motion on
We
the
need a
floor
motion
first.
on the floor first.
Anyone?
I'll make the motion.
I can second it.
Okay, Dr. George?
Discussion, Dr. George.
I'm not gonna second it, no. You want me to tell you what my problem is?
Yeah, discussion.
I'm not gonna second it. I'm just
No,
gonna
we're
say-
saying discussion, Dr. George.
Okay. I can tell you what my problems are?
Go right
Is that
ahead.
the discussion? Okay. On the first set of meetings, a minor correction. There's a statement that says somebody took a job on July something or other, and the minutes are dated a week earlier. So you can't write minutes for something, say something happened that's in the future. That's just a minor thing. The second minute, that meeting never happened. That was not the meeting. Okay, now if you want the story on that meeting, and the reason why I thought it might be something that I had to discuss with Chris, is that meeting, I'm listed as being in attendance, so I wasn't in attendance. I joined the meeting late because I couldn't find how to get in, and when I got in, there were 4 people meeting in a closed session discussing negotiations. Well, number one, it's not a meeting with 4 people. They said that there were 5, that Frank was there, and Frank said, no, he wasn't. So
Yes,
that
he
meeting-
was.
Are you, Joan, are you talking?
Frank said whether he was there or
She's
not.
talking about the
He said he
executive.
wasn't.
Yeah,
You're talking about the executive session meeting, Dr. George?
Yes,
But are you talking about July, Joan?
we're talking about the executive meeting, Frank, where they were in session. I had to call you to get the number. I got in, they were in session discussing contracts, and it was 4 people, and they said that you were among them. You said you were not. So there were 4 people were having a discussion. Well, I'm listed as being in that meeting. I wasn't at that meeting because I wasn't there when it was started this meeting.
She was at the meeting. She came a few minutes late, but she was at the meeting. And then we started
I was
talking.
not at the meeting, okay? I don't know what language to put that in. When I came in, the meeting was in session. Okay?
But you did arrive at the point that you came in, and there were 4 other people, right?
I didn't arrive, I zoomed in.
Yeah.
There were 4 people sitting in that meeting, and they ignored the 4. Frank was not among them.
Okay, so
Frank
you
was not
were the 5th member then.
I was not the first member. I didn't participate in that meeting.
You joined the meeting though.
It wasn't a meeting, okay? How can 4 people call a meeting on negotiations? Tell me how that happens.
Yeah, but 4 is a
Do we have-
quorum.
Four is a
Chris.
quorum.
Yeah, no, 4 is not
I
a
think
quorum.
4
5 is
people
not.
can't call a
But
meeting.
Frank was on.
Yeah.
Frank was on the meeting.
That's how we gave her the
Yeah,
invitation.
Frank didn't.
Frank speak for himself. He's right here.
Well,
Okay,
we're-
Dr. George, if you
we're
could stop
asking him to.
speaking, maybe we can ask Frank.
Yes.
Frank, weren't you at the July meeting? I remember seeing you on Zoom.
I don't remember.
Okay,
We have it on video.
all right, so we have a disagreement here. If you do not agree with the minutes reflecting the minutes or being of a meeting, Dr. George, you've registered your objection and you can certainly vote no on those minutes.
And I want my name taken off as having been in attendance because I did not attend that meeting.
We understand your request.
Okay, thank you.
Rosemary?
Okay, Maria,
I abstain.
I am a yes. Gina,
Yes.
Maddie,
Yes.
Frank,
I have to abstain since I said an open number.
Rocco,
Yes.
Dr. George,
I was not at the meeting, I can't vote.
so is that an abstain, is that a no, how am I logging this?
You want-
Dr.
you want
George,
to
are you a
abstain,
yes
Dr.
or a no and abstain?
You can put a note down if it makes life easier for you.
No
Okay.
problem, that's fine. Sarah,
Yes,
thank you.
All right, minutes passed.
okay. Moving to personnel, a motion required
Could
to,
I ask a question, was Sarah at that meeting?
yes?
Yes,
Okay.
Sarah,
Can you
we,
tell me who the four were, was it Rocco, Sarah?
Rosemary and Maddie, plus Frank and yourself. You're welcome.
Sarah, we can do A, B, and C under
Okay.
personnel together.
B and C, what about A?
A, B,
Oh,
and C.
sorry. All right, so motion required for items A, B, and C, accepting the resignation of library page, Hope Davis, Aiden Ordonave, and Leah Barnacle, effective
On the dates reflected.
August, yeah, on the dates reflected.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. Second, I am a yes. Gina,
Yes.
Maddie?
Wait, do we have any
Oh,
discussion?
sorry.
sorry.
Are they separated or together?
These are together, A,
Together.
B, and C, Dr. George.
Okay, thank you.
No discussion? Okay.
Are
Okay,
you asking for my vote?
No, we're just asking for discussion at that point.
all right, so I'm a yes.
Okay.
Gina,
Wait, just real quick, are these positions being replaced?
Yes, so just so everyone's aware, a note that I had put in the director's report is that all of these pages have requested being put in as substitutes, and that'll be on the September agenda.
Okay.
And yes, the hiring is going on now, and that's in my report, something that I have to ask all the board members a point of procedure.
Okay,
okay,
thank you.
good?
Yep.
All right, so Gina,
Yes.
Maddie,
Yes.
Frank,
Yes.
Rocco,
Yes.
Joan,
Yes, for the hiring, but I'm not voting, putting them on automatically as substitutes.
No one asked you to.
I think we need a discussion on
Sarah?
that.
Yes,
Maria,
Yes.
thank you.
okay, and then,
And then we have an addition to personnel, which is item D, per the board consensus coming out of executive session this evening. We have a motion to approve the second addendum to the library director's May 16th, 2023 employment contract to include a salary increase of 5%. So that the director's salary shall be 145,719, effective retroactively to July 1, 2025.
I'm asking for a motion, Chris, right?
You're asking for a motion.
I have a motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Okay, roll call.
Gina,
Yes.
Maddie,
Yes.
Frank,
No.
Rocco,
Yes.
Dr. George,
No.
Sarah,
Yes.
Maria,
I abstain.
thank you.
Okay, a motion required to take action on the August 6th, 2025 bill listing in the amount of $257,178.84.
I make the motion.
I'll second.
Second.
Any discussion?
I just like to make a point that I won't be voting on the bill list until I see a budget for this year. So I can see whether or not the bill list is in compliance with that. It's August and we don't have a bill estimate listing or whatever for this year yet. And I don't know how to work it out, but unless I have the information, I really can't vote sensibly.
Okay, thank you.
since we're in finance, and before we get to the committee, we've gone over the budget, just having the quiz by issues. I haven't been able to call Joy, which she'll be getting a phone call tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you. Any further discussion? No. Okay,
Maddie,
Yes.
Frank,
Yes.
Rocco,
Yes.
Joan,
No.
Sarah,
yes.
Maria. Budget, oh, the
The
bill, the
list.
bill.
I'm sorry, bill list.
Yes.
Okay, I got budget in my
Not budget, I
head.
know, we're thinking.
Yes,
My
yes.
Rose, yes, Gina?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, moving to old business. John?
I don't think we have any old business that might be satisfied by committees.
Okay. Moving to new business.
I do have,
Whoops, you're going by fast. You say we have no real business, but if we look at the minutes from the last meeting, I believe there are things that were going to be discussed at this meeting, which would be the old business.
She said that there were things that would be handled during the committee reports.
Okay.
Is that okay? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think you just should put a note under old business so that, you know, it didn't disappear.
Okay. New business.
new business, there's a matter of procedure for the board. I had sent to the Buildings and Grounds Committee, we had a complaint from the public about the condition of the soft seating in the children's area. And that was to be part of a renovation like phase 4 to do the children's area. But I certainly think that we could replace it now for under 8,000. What specifically is the matter? There's if in your house, if you've ever had a chair and a half, for commercial furnishings, those are actually called bariatric chairs. And we have them, and parents are a huge fan of them because you can tuck your child next to you, there are arms on the seat. We simply need 4 of those. We've been through the standard, and I have details if anybody wants, but they're approximately $1,800 a piece before discount.
That's unbelievable.
Absolutely, I agree with you. But commercial furniture, I compared 3 different companies, and that's what they're listed as $1,779. And because in last year's budget, which we're still working from, we had approved 400,000 for furnishings, and we've only spent 160 this year. So to go ahead with 8,000 still leaves us the entirety of the phase 1 renovation in that. So it's up to the board if you want a vote for the 8,000. There's no concern about bid. So if I would just informally let you know that we're gonna purchase those.
Works for us, that's good.
Alright, yeah.
I have a question.
Yes,
Question is, do they come with a 50-year guarantee?
they do not, but I can tell you that because everything that we're doing from now on will not be in fabric, but will be in vinyl. I do anticipate us getting more life out of them.
He has to be.
Okay. That was, new business, and with the chairs, so I'll get those underway. Secondly, I put something into the board report for HR with hiring the pages. Because we have 3 people going off to college, we're very proud of them, but we do need to replace them. We've also been understaffed in the page area, and we're rectifying that. So I will be sending to the personnel committee a report. They're interviewing for those positions now. But if we could have a special meeting before then, it would only take about 10 minutes to approve those hires. We can do that, because otherwise we're gonna be a month short-staffed. The other possibility in the past, a board member had said that they weren't concerned about the pages as far as hiring went. So it's either approve them afterwards or have a special meeting.
I'm fine with either option.
comment?
Say vote after.
Yeah, just get what you need.
Yeah, get what you need to
Staff
staff it before school starts.
Especially before.
Yeah. and then let us vote at the September meeting.
Okay, and if they're over, they don't get, I forgot, do they get, background checks? No,
They do,
they do, okay.
I-
So
the-
we get them back
Adults,
pretty
no.
fast?
we do,
Okay, good.
in about a day, and we're not only having students anymore, because this is part of the problem, we do have adults in the community
Okay.
who can do the evenings, the weekends, and want that kind of
That's
thing.
awesome.
So we're gonna diversify that part of our team.
Yeah,
Which is
that's
really good.
Yeah, so we can go in September, right?
You can
Okay.
ratify it, you can hire, and it's just subject to board ratification, but you can onboard them.
And I'll send it
In the
to
meantime.
personnel committee so
Okay.
that you have it before then.
Perfect, thank you.
All right. And those were the only things that I had for new business.
I have some things I would like to suggest we discuss.
Wait.
Yeah,
okay.
John's gonna go
Hold on.
first, Frank, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead, John.
I think we need to have a meeting, we used to have them often in the past, with the attorney to go over a lot of things. And the one that I'm most concerned about is I think we should consider hiring an assistant director or appointing somebody as assistant director. And change the job description. I don't know what the job description is now, but communications or whatever it is. Eliminate that and develop one for an assistant director. And the reason why is, as I look at the director's reports, she's certainly busy. She certainly has enough to keep her working very hard. There's not a lot of emphasis on things like staff development. Evaluation of staff shouldn't be something that happens in November. I think that we need somebody to share those responsibilities. Now, Pam can't do that now because she's in the same unit. It's, it has to be somebody out of that unit. And I think that we've had an assistant director in the past. I'd like to review that job, have that job description reviewed again, and considering putting that position in. I also, all right, so that's that. We should have a discussion. That's what I'm asking for. The other thing is we should consider a meeting on the Board of Trustees like we've had in the past with the attorney. We used to have it on Saturday morning, well, whenever, where we can discuss some things that we think need attention. I think we need to certainly look at the committee meetings. We need to look at our bylaws and see where we follow them and where we ignore them. At any rate, I would just like to have that kind of a meeting sometime in the future, if that's possible. Those are the two suggestions I have that I think need some attention, discussion.
So on the assistant director, can you see if that job description exists and maybe send it out so everyone can take a look at it, and have a future discussion?
We have on a file, we had an assistant director, I don't think we throw things out.
So let's get that to all the trustees. and we can
Would that have
discuss
to go through the personnel committee first?
That person, oh, okay.
it. It can be distributed as an information.
It can
Well,
item, and
you know, that's what we have to discuss too. That would be in a meeting with the attorney. But committees don't exist to go through things to come to us. The committee exists, and Chris, please correct me if I'm wrong, but to assist the board. The committee looks at something, recommendations, I assume, made by the director, and decides, does the homework on it, so that we're not looking at everything. And then they make a recommendation to the board. You don't have to have them approve a job description.
No, they recommend a job description, like you just said. They would look at that, they would make a recommendation to the board, and we can go from there. But let's get
That would be
everybody,
fine.
let's get everybody's eyes on that job description first, and then see if it's something the board wants to get into.
And with everyone's permission, I'd like to add facility manager responsibilities into that discussion, because that's the majority of the project that I can't get to.
We would ask for your recommendations, because that's your position, but certainly you're gonna look at the job description, because it's an old job description. I'm sure you wanna amend it and change it, and give the committee that recommendation to look at. Sure. But the committee is the one that recommends the action to the board, as I understand.
Yes, but you would help write that
Yes.
job description, Joanne.
Yeah.
Right, the committee wouldn't create a job
Yeah.
description, they'd review it with the director and then make a recommendation to the full board.
Yeah, and I think the idea to send the recommendation, the old one, to everybody is a good one, because I will keep those old things, but anyway. But it also should have a list of recommendations by the director. This is the old one, this is what the director is saying, you know, that doesn't fit now, so we need to do this, that, that's fine. Okay, the committee doesn't have to approve that.
No, but I think
No,
it
the
makes
committee
more
would
sense
just
for the
make a
committee to
recommendation.
look at it first before sending.
Nobody can look at, we should look at it. That's too important a position to have 3 people vote on it.
Well,
We're not, but we're
no
not
one's
voting, we're
until the
reviewing
board
and
votes.
making a recommendation. Yes, it would be our job to work on refining it with the director.
No, that isn't what you do. You don't refine it with the director. Hers are
Yes.
recommendations. Hers are not the thing you're submitting to the board. When you're submitting to the board is what the old one was, with whatever she's recommended that the board thinks needs to be added. You're not
The same
recommending
That's
a
what I'm
board,
saying.
a job description written by the director.
That, we're saying the same thing.
Okay, good.
All right, Mr. Weber?
I just would, reread the policy, from top to bottom, and it would encourage all members, no matter how much trustee, no matter how much time they have on the board, to review them again. Because I think there's a number of things that we are not doing within our policy. After you read it, and we can discuss it, and take it from there.
What policy?
You mean
I
all,
think you're on another topic.
you mean all the board policies, just in general?
It's the job description.
No, we're talking about a different issue now, John.
Does it mean the bylaws?
You mean the bylaws and like the board policies, Frank?
I think we need to look at the bylaws, and look at which ones need to be redone, that's not part of this. The bylaws cover things that I don't think we're following. And I think there was some confusion with Sarah and moving a meeting, that's covered in bylaws, okay? But we need to look at that, we need to see if it needs to be changed or whatever, or leave it the way it is, I don't care. But when you have bylaws, and they're on our website, so the public can look at our bylaws back to whenever they want to, and you ignore them, then you're just asking for a problem. So could we just look at them and say, this is good, this is garbage?
So the bylaws are set, we just redid those in December 2022, I believe.
Yeah, I think we need to redo them, we didn't do them thoroughly, I was here in 2022.
And then
Anyway, I'm just asking for a meeting with, so we can just look at what we're doing and say it's what we wanna be doing.
Yeah, and at some point, we have to verify who's in what committee, because I know that Joan has brought this up
We
a few
did.
times.
We
so-
did.
Oh, so then that's it.
That's it.
That's
Okay,
been hashed
we're not
out.
gonna discuss it and
No.
that's that. Okay.
It's just, it's not,
Just
there
leave
is
it the
no
way it
discussion.
is, but the appointment of committees, I believe, is covered in the bylaws, but we just leave that. Just let's have a meeting so we can bring out things that we're concerned about and come to an agreement. And personally, I would like in person, and I know this is my fault, I would like to meet our new people. I wouldn't know some of you if I met you on the street because they can't see you clearly here to know. Let's just get to know each other. We've done it in the past and it's been successful.
Okay,
Sounds good.
Any other new business?
any additional new business before moving to director's report? Nope. Okay. Director's report, come on.
Okay, bunch of good things. Let's start off with the not good thing. The van has had to go to the dealership, so it's beyond the Department of Public Works' ability to repair it. We know that it's aging and we will be, we have a proposal that's already drafted for a bookmobile and how we move forward with our deliveries. So just so you know, that's coming up. We are still working to clean up the collection. I'm actually really excited, just so you all know, I've said before that the records that we're getting from the consortium are not accurate. And we're finding a lot of cleanup that has to be done on our physical collection. I just want you to know that we're going in every direction to get that done. So all of that's being worked on, including working with Stella to increase our access to our ebooks. Any of you, as you're casually, recreationally reading, anytime you see something funny in the catalog, let us know. If you know anybody who's not finding joy with the catalog, let us know, because we're fixing everything step by step. I have been working with All Temperature Controls, who handles the management part of the HVAC system. We're making improvements with that, and I think I've taken care of most of the issues with the facility. We will be having an air balancer come in to take care of the rest of the issues. All of our units are working fine. It's just making sure, like I said, that the design is working. We have a lot of projects on hold. Sorry, that's for buildings and grounds. I'll let you address that. With, you know, that's a notice for that. Our new podium is in, so we can have people really continue to start making use of the meeting room and coming to do their programs and presentations here. Our Library of Things is growing. The Children's Library of Things is starting. And our Library of Things is very popular. It's circulating well. We're adding an Epson projector for families who want to have parties and things, a Sony PlayStation. So I think we've pretty much taken care of all the purchasing. It'll just be maintenance from here on out, but they're proving to be very popular. Work on the strategic plan. The first thing that we're getting done, every strategic plan has to begin with a community survey. I've reached out to our municipal counterparts to see if they want to partner to put some questions on that survey. It helps them to not have to do a separate survey, and it gives us a broader range of responses if we have people who aren't regular library users but care about Old Bridge. So I've reached out to our business administrator, and Rosemary has said that she's had experience with that as well. So I'm getting a draft of that survey. Once we get the community survey done, then the rest of a strategic plan shouldn't take more than a couple of months to get that to the board, drafted it for the review. Okay.
I got kind of lost. We were talking about the van, and you said, and I had a question, and then we went off into other topics. Don't we own the van?
Yes.
I mean, that belongs to the library. Why is the township garage fixing it?
Because it's part of the services that we contract from the town, the same as our lighting and things like that.
What are you talking about? What contract?
The public is welcome to join the meeting. Yep. Okay, so
What contract with the board?
it's the services that we get from the town that are, like, we pay for lighting, we pay for the,
I'm aware of all of that, but there's not any written contract about it because that meeting was held, probably 15 years ago, and we never had the follow-up. But anyway, that's all something else. That will come out in the general meeting. The van.
so
I
like,
don't understand, if this is our property, why we are not responsible for repairing it.
so when
I
I,
don't know why the township is.
so for things like oil changes, they do the regular maintenance, and that's been practiced for a long time. So what I was talking about was the regular maintenance there. So when we've asked them if they can take a look and they say it has to go to Ford, they were kind enough to drop it off at the dealership for us.
But we're asking them to do things that I don't think are their responsibility. It's good that they cooperate with us. But if we're supposed to be a separate entity, we're supposed to be a separate entity. And the line is getting very blurred at this point. I just wanna know about the van.
Yes, and I'm just following past practice.
All right, but, you know, we haven't owned the van for 100 years. How long have we owned the van? About 5 years?
I think Marie, you said it's about 10.
It's gotta be longer than that. It's
Yeah.
when Nancy was
Alright,
director,
It's
yeah.
not anywhere near 10.
When you get to be my age, time flies fast. And at any rate, the van is ours, we use it. The township doesn't use the van, to my knowledge.
But the van is done now,
Agreement.
correct?
Yeah.
But that was an agreement that the director at the time, when we purchased it, that township would help with the van and repairs. And if they could not handle it, we would take it to the dealership. This is nothing new. This is,
Could I see a copy of that agreement, Maria?
I don't know what Nancy Cohen did with it, but this was an
Well, we
agreement.
can ask her.
But the van, regardless, the van is dead now,
Well, it's at,
Correct.
it's at the dealership
but they don't think
for a
that
repair.
can,
They're gonna let us know.
okay,
It just went yesterday.
all right,
We have the money to pay.
yeah, so,
Sounds reasonable.
sounds reasonable to me.
And that's gonna be a part of the proposal. So coming up, a preview, so we have the van, which we're using for smaller deliveries and things like that. It doesn't have the capacity of a bookmobile. I've had staff looking into that, all of the bookmobiles across the state, so that we can have a full proposal, an assessment of what we wanna do,
Smart.
so that you would have that to review. So that's coming up.
Okay. What dealership is
And
it?
when we bought this van, we did all that homework. I mean, I realize you weren't here, you don't know, we went to, anyway, we got a lot of data, Whitbridge is the one that uses the one month. We voted against the bookmobile. The board did not want that, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't not looked at, it wasn't explored. Certainly you're willing to redo it again. But we have done it. Just looking at the past and saying none of that's been done, that isn't true. And the minutes are available back in 2000.
Right, that's-
That was never said.
That wasn't said, Dr. George, she was saying that that's a new proposal that's gonna come.
Well, I don't, all I wanna know is who owns it. That was my question. And then I find out. that-
We own the van,
And Maria says there was an agreement. Well, she was there, she probably knows it. If Nancy
Linda is
Cohen-
going to look for the agreement and share it if she can find it.
We can find out from Nancy Cohen if she had an agreement. She didn't die, she's available to answer the telephone.
Okay,
If you find
can we
an
move on?
agreement,
Can we move on?
Move on.
Yes, so let's
Dr.
try and
George,
find
move
that
on.
agreement and we'll figure out what it says.
Okay,
What else we got?
Next is our knowledge management system. So we had a really good meeting today. As you all know, we're on Google. And we have the Google Drive, which is messy. So when I went to the conference in DC for computers and libraries, I spoke to a person who did an excellent presentation on them creating a knowledge management system. Basically, the way we used to have our handbooks and all of that internal information on one nice neat system. The Google Drive, there'll be a full report coming to everyone, because trusting Google to always do things out of the goodness of their hearts and keep things up for free is not the best idea. Microsoft is also pretty loaded moving over to that system, but we are actively looking up, cleaning up all of our old information, making sure that all of our current information is accessible to all staff, so everybody knows what's going on and what expectations are. So we're taking care of that, and it's coming up. Were there any other questions about the director's report?
Me.
Yeah.
I should have said something at the meeting, not the last one, the one before. We're repairing the public address system.
Yeah.
It has been past practice that this library is always repaired.
Mhm.
I feel that, okay, we got it in progress. Why are we getting a new one, getting quotes, when we have the money to do it? Why are we always putting a Band-Aid on everything? This has been history.
And you're gonna like this answer, because we had a good discussion about it. So we gave the repair, we put that off for a month. During that time, I went out to the vendor and asked them to give us migrating the system over to digital. And that is about $50,000, and we could absolutely do that. This is something that I believe other people said that they wanted to see to look a little bit bigger. Instead of just going with the PA system, do this repair for now, and then look at our cameras, our security system, doing all of
Right.
that and getting a broader
Let-
proposal.
Let's do it, cause I
Yeah.
think that, I don't know how long this is gonna last, cause this system has been repaired before,
Yeah, we should look.
and we're
we
in the
should
same
look.
predicament again.
Yeah.
Is that in your capital plan, that kind of major overhaul?
Yes, it's more with the cameras and the security system, all of that as one big thing.
Yeah.
That is a part of it, but it needs to be revisited.
Yeah,
As,
just in terms of earmarking the dollars, the possible expenditure,
But-
the more the better.
Yeah, we paid over all that money for the key system, so
Yeah,
this is
right.
more important.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
I agree completely.
and this is, I have to give, well, buildings and grounds, when we go over things, it's also that capital plan that we had talked about going over that with all of the facility stuff.
I look forward to seeing that.
Okay, committee reports, Dawn, or you?
Yeah.
Okay, buildings and grounds, Rocco?
Okay, there was no meeting last month for buildings and grounds, but a few days ago, I did receive from Dawn two proposals, one on the lighting and one on the garden. Both proposals are over the bid threshold, even if we were able to use the QPA. So what we are going to do is, as the committee itself is going to meet probably before Labor Day to discuss and look at these proposals and then decide from there how we're going to send these out to bid and to basically the procedure following that. Once we have discussed that, we will share with the board all of that information.
Okay.
And the only thing I wanna add is that I think we need to have, because if you see, the proposals, they're $100,000 difference. I think we need to have a spec sheet, because it's not apples to apples, oranges to oranges, so we need to have a spec sheet. I spoke to both contractors,
Okay.
and they said they were given two different types of things to bid on. So I think a spec sheet going forward would make everybody,
Yeah.
you know, because the one that's $145,000, just to let you know, he is one of the more expensive contractors. I use him because I have no choice. But his process is the fixtures that he wants to use. When they go, you have to replace the fixture.
And so just so you know, I told them both when they came in that the board had requested repair and replacement.
Well, he
And
doesn't.
so they were
right,
both, but
yeah.
they were both
Right.
aware of both.
So he's not repairing, he's replacing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why it's $145,000. This person, said that for him, he's gonna change the balances and LED lights.
Yeah.
But if a light bulb goes out, the maintenance staff can change it.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
And
The other way, you always have to call the guy back to do it.
And
Just
both were aware, and the one who did the replacement, he said it's not worth doing the fixtures, and I said, you give us your
Yeah.
best estimate.
Yeah.
I was waiting for those estimates to come in, because even the lower estimate at 50,000, that's still over threshold, so
Yeah.
now we've gotta go back, write the specs,
Yeah.
because both of them had said that rewiring was the way probably wiser. So we weren't looking, I mean, we couldn't have gone this expensive with two, even with the QPA.
Right.
So that's why I was just waiting to see, because I had a feeling that it was gonna have to go out to bid. And I explained to both of them that the bid specs would be coming out and then they could resubmit their proposals.
Okay.
And
A question, you're talking about the garden, I assume that's the atrium?
yes,
When did we have a discussion or be informed on what the atrium is gonna be used? The last thing I remember is I asked how many people we can put in the atrium based on what the fire department tells us about space. And we have not gotten an answer yet. What are we going to use the atrium for?
we have gotten an answer, and I put that in one of the reports. And I wanna thank trustee Rivoli for expediting that with the town. The estimate was 94. And we have discussed, and it's been in the reports, that it was going to be leveled, graded, pavers installed to reduce maintenance, and that we were going to have tables, a story area, things like that with some raised planters, so that the raised planters, if we have scout troops, volunteers who wanna come in and plant things, they can each have an assigned area without it being, to have an atrium without someone to maintain it is not wise.
Well, we've had it for how many years, but anyway, at any rate, that report that you were mentioning was it sent to the trustees?
Yes, it's been in a couple of our board, in the director's report.
Please tell me where it is on I have every email that was ever sent to me for the board, and I don't remember this anyway.
Maybe the May
May,
director's report,
look
maybe?
in your packet from May.
Yeah,
It goes back.
look in May,
Maybe
maybe.
It's been several
Yeah,
times.
several
Yeah.
times, but I think May was one of them.
The last thing that we talked about was how many people were gonna put there. And you told me how many outside exits they had or whatever, and you said you hadn't heard from the flag.
Right, but the reason that discussion came up is because I brought up this topic before. And what my idea was, and everyone voiced support, the only question was yours with finding out capacity of the space. And it took us a few months to do it, but we found out the capacity on the space.
When you never found out the capacity that you shared, and if you just send me to what you sent me, I will find it, and I will apologize to you, but I have not been given an answer to that. I also don't remember an intensive discussion on the change in the atrium. You can talk about that all you want, but we live with it a long time, and we may have opinions. It has always been taken care of for different reasons, but be that as it may, I just wanna know if I have the information I should have to make some sensible decisions, and I don't know where to find that. It's not in any of the individual reports, right? Just give me the date, I can look it up.
We believe it was the May report,
And we'll
it's not
send you,
April.
we'll send you wherever we can find it. There has been discussion. And respectfully, I've had reports from the community that the flow of volunteers ebbs throughout the last decade and that the garden has been quite messy for most of that time.
Well, I don't know what volunteers you talked about, because you didn't talk, you may have talked to some of us, you didn't talk to us. We really tell you
Not true.
what people help out and whatever. So
Want to look at it now?
you don't have to send me copies of things, you send me, tell me what you send it to me.
There's nothing further on buildings and grounds.
Thank you, Rocco.
Thank you. Okay, finance, Maria?
I told you before.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry, okay.
And just a note, I'm out, I have an appointment from 1 to 3 tomorrow, but the rest of the day I'm in.
Well, no, I'm gonna call you to see what you're available is.
Okay, perfect.
I wouldn't just say tomorrow.
Okay, I'm ready.
Outreach and marketing,
Are we going to get a copy of the budget? I mean, is it ready to be approved?
No,
No, okay. Thank you. That committee will continue with 2 people on it.
The finance.
oh, sorry.
The
Personnel,
president is.
personnel, no personnel, policy,
There's nothing to report on policy.
okay,
one is
and
done.
technology. Frank? No, okay. Public comments. Hello.
Hello, I'm sorry. I apologize for being tardy. I was at the open spaces meeting. My name is Carrie. I like to come to the library a lot with my family, and I kind of just wanted to come and get involved and see what it's all about. So at this time, I don't have many comments. I just wanted to sit in and
Nice to meet you.
enjoy. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
Thanks
thanks
for
for coming.
Do you have any
Um,
favorite part about the library that you do with
Well,
your children?
My
that you
children's
use?
section, yeah, my son's in 1,000 books for kindergarten, and he has 40 more.
Wow.
Oh my
God.
That's great.
That's
So
amazing.
we come often. We're here all the time. So.
Kudos to you, Mom. Is there anything that you notice in the library that you'd like to see improved?
Well, that's a lot of pressure.
You
can tell us next
We
time.
want input from.
Yeah, we do.
No, I know. But let me think on it.
You think about it, come back
Yeah.
next month.
Yeah,
We're
of
here.
course.
You're always welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. Any other public comments on the line?
I just have a question. On this Zoom thing, we get who's there, and then we have the public who's attending, and it says Garrett, I believe that's a gentleman from Union. But what is Fireflies AI note taker? Who's that?
That's
I
also
think it's
Garrett.
also Garrett.
I'm sorry.
It's also Garrett, I believe. It looks like he might just be logged in from 2 devices.
Well, that person was logged in, well, when we had the executive discussion, but anyway, I don't know who it is.
So he was like, the Fireflies was not, the other one was, yeah.
Executive?
While I wasn't
Oh,
here.
today? In executive?
While I wasn't here.
Oh, I guess we better be more careful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Any other public comments? Okay, then I will call a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I make the motion.
I second it.
Can I do all in favor?
Aye.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All right, good night.
All right, thank you.